Okay, Scorpio, this one's for you. You know the story. This is Tarot Illumination with your love and relationship report for September 2017. All right, let's make the best of this. I'm sorry about the reports coming out so late. It's been absolutely nutty crazy here behind the scenes at Tarot Illumination. Keeping things going, okay? You might know about that already from some of the reports and videos coming out recently. We're still here. Tarot Illumination is still alive. It is amazing. There we go. So here we are in September. It's going to be a little bit of a change of energy because we're coming out of the eclipses now. So the actual current, the energy of the eclipses is now taking everybody forward for real. We were living through it, building up to it through July and then out of it in August, and now in September it's the real flow. It's the same for everybody, not just you, Scorpio. We're all on the same bus. So we're going to keep it very, very simple with this reading, okay, for this time around. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Sorry about that. Keeping it very simple. And we're just going to tell a story. And you know the drill. You've done this before. There's thousands of tarot channels out there, so you can cruise around, do whatever you want. Figure it all out. Read for your sun, your moon, and your rising, then squish it all together and make something out of it. And you can reinterpret the whole thing as you want later on. We're going to cut, because I've already shuffled. I'm going to do an extreme cut like I've never done before, the one card cut. So there we go. I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's have a look. So this would be your energy, okay? This is the energy of a, let's say, significant other, a chosen one, a chosen relationship. With the love and relationship readings, by the way, with Tarot Illumination, we said it on a little like update video before the playlist is posted, that mostly this spread that we use in the readings that we're doing here are for love and relationships where there's more likely that something's already in play, in existence. And hopefully soon we're going to be able to start doing maybe separate or joined up readings and reports for singles, pure out and out singles, okay? But that's another time. Just for now, it's about Scorpio and a person of interest. So that's you, Scorpio. That's a person of interest. Perhaps very intimate, who knows what. And then deeper down inside of you, this is your energy here, Scorpio, and deep down inside of them, we have a little bit of this. And here we have the energy of the relationship itself. So can you see this crucible shape here? The crucible is a very powerful, very strong, very durable, almost indestructible container that can withstand intense pressure of the alchemical processes that go on inside of a relationship, especially a committed, chosen relationship where two parties come together to maximize themselves and each other in ways that can only occur in the context of a very loving, healing relationship, a chosen relationship. Of course, a lot of relationships don't work like that. A lot of relationships may occur in a random way, or they might feel fated, or they were just on autopilot, or living through appearances. However it is, it's a relationship. But in this situation, we are allowing for the structure of the relationship itself, okay? This energy here. And in a healthy relationship, you, Scorpio, would be relating with a significant other through the relationship more than one-on-one, okay? So I just wanted to get that clear for you guys in the reading. This card here is going to represent like the momentum, perhaps maybe, you know, coming through as we evolve through September. See where that is. We're going to look at the bottom card in just a moment. That's like an indication of what I feel is like the weather that permeates the whole thing, okay? It could be like the feeling of what's going on in September. And it's unique for you, Scorpios. And like all the weather, you're going to make the best of it. You're not going to be owned by the weather. If it's beautiful weather and you're feeling awful, you're going to still make the best of it. If it's beautiful weather and you're feeling good, you're going to make the best of it. If it's awful weather, but you're feeling awesome, you're not going to let yourself be put down by the challenging weather. Okay, you're going to own your own life, your own world, your own love, your own healing. Okay, the relationship, yourself, your energy, yourself. Make the best of the weather. So you have. Look at this, the little Six of Cups. Oh, it's so sweet, it's so beautiful. So I'm happy for you, Scorpio. It's an indication here that you might be in a very, like, one of those very serene, gentle, beautiful, like little chapters of life where you are realizing that you've got something really beautiful. What some people would call a soulmate relationship, even a twin flame to some extent, or a karmic relationship where the word karma isn't dirty, where the word karma is more like dharma, where it's all about something very beautiful has been in the making perhaps for a long time. Perhaps we're talking about lifetimes ago, not just this lifetime, where this is a lifetime now, here in present day, September 2017, where you're coming to a realization that the weather is indicating to you like, my gosh, this is beyond a significant relationship. This is a soulmate relationship. This is potentially someone that I've known and loved before in the past. And you are potentially someone that they have known before in the past. And there's a profound recognition in this lifetime. Look, hello, I see you. I think I've met you before. And then, I was going to say the same thing to you. In fact, I came prepared because I had a feeling this was going to happen. And look, I've got a cup full of roses and beautiful flowers. Would you mind? Are you in the mood? Are you receptive? Oh, yes. Thank you very much. I am. It's definitely you. I can swear it's you. Well, I already knew it was you. I knew this particular lifetime was coming, so I brought extra. Look at that. And these are all the lifetimes that we shared before together. And you're going, wow, really? And the other one's going, yep, for real. This is the real deal. Okay? So it's that kind of energy. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away there. It's like being in a movie. Oh, gosh. So let's have a look, Scorpio. What's going on with you? Well, it might be that here in September, you're taking full advantage of what's happening with the stars and the planets and all of that good stuff, where you're allowing yourself to like dial it back a little bit, chill it a little bit, because Scorpio, you've been under tremendous pressure. The eclipse season recently with all that Leo Aquarius energy, that's in a very, let's say, a hard square. In terms of astrology, that's what's called a hard square to you. So you would have been feeling it from the Aquarius energy and from the Leo energy. Now, in some ways, of course, it's good because you're always going to find a way, Scorpio, to make the best of it. But you might just be utterly wiped out from everything that you've had to endure. And you're kind of taking a glimpse around you, realizing that you're in a very like loving space, a very, very loving place right now in your life. No matter how turbulent things may be on the surface, you will endure. And there's enough soul love going on with you in your life, and in particular, perhaps a chosen relationship or a special relationship, where you feel that there's enough safety and comfort. You see that little tiny couple? You see that tiny image right there? Can you see that? There you are again, and there they are again. And it's an indication that everything is just exactly as it should be, and everything's going to be okay. And it's all right for you, Scorpio, to chill, dial it back a little bit. Once you've got done what has to be done, it's okay to take that extra nap, to go on a walk, to chill out, to daydream, to allow yourself to receive healing, allow yourself to take yourself away from the battlefronts of life, and maybe just nurture yourself a little bit in a very, very, very serene, calm way. Okay? You don't have to force it in any way. You allow good things to come to you. But that's sometimes hard to do, because if you've been out in the battlefronts, you know what it's like. Use the analogy of the military or war or something, when you're all hyped up and you're hyper vigilant and you're like on a hair trigger 24/7, and then suddenly realizing, well, life doesn't work that way all the time. A lot of times, like in the wild, in nature, for example, a lot of animals live in very serene manners, and they only go into battle or conflict when they absolutely have to. And then after they're finished, they go back to their normal ways of working and being. So it's the same for you, Scorpio. It's just that you might have been in the front lines struggling and trying to get through these eclipses and reconfigure. And you might be a little exhausted and wiped out, and it's okay to chill, okay? Even in the context of relationship, because I have a feeling you're in a sweet place and it's not going to do any harm. It might do you the best. It might be the very best thing you can possibly do for the love and the healing inside the context of the relationship, is allow yourself to do some self-healing, okay? In other words, bring it on, invite it into your life. Let's have a look at them. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Oh, Scorpio, you are one lucky so-and-so. You're dealing with someone here. It feels like you're dealing with someone who is aware of what's going on. They are deeply aware of this soulmate energy and how it's actually manifesting in this particular lifetime. You might have endured all sorts of lifetimes together in the past, going back centuries. You could have been a farmer together. You could have been householders. What do they call that? Running small holdings. You could have been business people. You could have been in battle and war together. You could have been peasants. You could have been, of elevated status in society. And everything came down to this moment in time in what we call time here on Earth, where everything right now has led to this moment where this significant other for you, Scorpio, is literally like the essence of love in its most pure form. And it is coming into being now in a way that it isn't just about for you, it's more like with you in the context of the relationship, where they themselves, this significant other, are realizing that they are made of love, that they are in a very, very loving place, that they are very, very loving, and that they are very, very loved. It's totally reciprocal. It's pure. It's almost saturation. It's almost like a flood of this kind of love energy, and it's flowing through them like it's never, ever happened before in their life. And so it's very beautiful. And this could actually act in some way that's actually very healing for you, dear Scorpio. In other words, you might be relating, you, Scorpio, with a certain other person who is a very, very deeply loving soul and who has only the best of intentions for you in terms of love and healing, and the best of intentions for themselves, because it's almost like they are made of love completely. Their full essence, their full being, the only ingredient is love. And what you see as the physical body is the embodiment of pure love. So you're kind of in a lucky spot here, Scorpio. I don't know if you're actually feeling this, but maybe this is something you're wishing for, you could want, and that you deserve and have. Either way, the love is there, okay? So let's have a look. Let's just have a look again. Yes, yeah, okay, let's keep going. Let's have a look. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted then because it's such a powerful card. And also, by the way, with the aces, it's also a card of profound opportunity. So while you're in this very, very gentle state here of self-healing, knowing that you are deeply loved, they understand that they are also deeply loved by you. It's totally reciprocal. And they might be going through their own kind of awakening, where it's almost like a shocking awakening where they realize that, oh my gosh, that really is me. That is who I am. I am love. I am loving. I am loved. I'm the essence of love. I'm made of this stuff. This is who I am. This is what I do. I am a loving being. That's all I am. That's all I do. And they might be coming to this awakening and seeing what's happening, not just with you, Scorpio, but with the relationship itself, where this is an opportunity for them to to be more loving and more loved in ways that have never, ever happened before in their lives, possibly even in their other previous lifetimes, okay? So it's quite profound. It's really quite profound for the significant other, Scorpio. I mean, this is your relationship from Tour Illumination about you, Scorpio, but you have someone in your life who is almost the most loving energy you could imagine. And they are there for you, but it's also that they're for themselves. This is so important, is that they are loving themselves like they've never loved themselves before. They might not have ever been very self-loving before, but it's happening now in this lifetime for them. So that's beautiful. And it's just a landmark moment here in September for you guys in the context of this relationship. Deep down, let's have a look. Whoa. So with the High Priestess here, what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio, is that there's a lot of things going on that you really don't understand. You do understand that there is love, that there is, let's say, a loving situation, a loving relationship, and that you are in the presence of profound love in a way that's could be seen as an opportunity for yourself, for them, and for the whole relationship. And it might leave you feeling like this is almost a little bit weird. That's how I'm feeling this card. The High Priestess is a very serene, subtle, beautiful card. It's an indication of secrecy and the great unknown and how it's supposed to be that way. And it might be that what's happening inside of you, deep inside of you, Scorpio, is that you are becoming aware, like, that in many ways, life is a mystery. You're not supposed to know everything that happens next week, next year, the year after. No matter if you're getting astrology reports and tarot reports and you have a very predictable life, there is still the essence of mystery about what's actually going to happen as opposed to what may happen or could happen or should happen. And in that sense, the essence of mystery is going on deeply inside of you to the point where you might be literally mystified with what is happening with you and your life in the context of this relationship. And it's very, very beautiful. It's very, very serene. It's very beautiful. And it's exactly as it should be. In other words, the mystery itself is exactly as it should be. In other words, it's like being willing to surrender to the mystery as opposed to having it all locked down and knowing what's going to happen and how it's going to all work out, which is how a lot of us like to live our lives, because it makes us feel as though we're in control and like, oh, we're going to do this, I'm going to do that, we're going to do it this way, that way, I'll see you here, I'll see you there, and we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, be this or be that. No, what this is indicating is that if you are coming to the realization that life, for you, your experience, is turning into the most profound and beautiful mystery, like watching an unending, beautiful movie where it's impossible to figure out what happens next. Even though you might have good idea, good intentions, you realize that the only way to grow and evolve is to surrender. Surrender to the mystery, surrender to the unknown, and accept it and embrace it, okay? So it's a very beautiful thing that's going on here with you, Scorpio. Especially with September here, because there's kind of an oasis period in the middle where a lot of the planetary energies are a little more calm. There aren't a lot of hard, direct, challenging situations like there have been for the last few months. So this is a really good opportunity for you, Scorpio, to chill out, do a lot of self-healing, and become very aware of what's actually going on, which is a very divine, beautiful, sacred, loving, healing mystery. Okay, what's going on inside of them? Well, it's almost like they see this as a mission, as a path. It's almost like they're feeling like, oh, so I am all of this. Wow, it's amazing. I have a feeling this is turning into my day job. My day job is to be like the Ace of Cups, to be loving, to be healing, to love and be loved in its simplest form. In other words, I don't have to say anything or feel anything or do anything else except be loving and be loved. And it's full and it's reciprocal. And the other person here is actually starting to see it manifest in their lives. So it isn't just a concept, a feeling or a thought or a wish or a dream or an ambition. It's actually for real. And it's triggering new ways of being inside of themselves over here. Again, this is in the context of the relationship, but as the individual, for themselves deep inside, they are seeing a whole new world potential unfolding in front of them. Now, it doesn't mean they know what it's going to be, because in their own way, for themselves, it's kind of a mystery too. They're looking at it from a very different perspective. You're in a very kind of, let's say, elevated spiritual state where it's surrender to the divine, surrender to the unknown, and embrace the unknown and allow the love to flow and accept it. Being ready, willing, and able to accept that. And from their perspective, they are seeing the potential open landscape in front of themselves too. But it's not such a mystery for them. They seem to know very, very clearly and very, very well what's happening. And it literally is all about being a beacon of love, someone who literally is a transceiver. They absorb love, they radiate love. They are loving, they are loved. And that's love in action. Love is as love does. And their actions are very much, and their desires, goals, dreams, and ambitions are very much in alignment with being like an ambassador for love, an ambassador, a living ambassador for the healing power of love in this world, where it's above and beyond the relationship itself, where they can see like a sense of identity for themselves, where they have a place in this world where that's their day job, that's their duty, to be this ambassador, to be the instrument, to be an instrument of love and healing in their own way, in their own unique way, in the context of this relationship. And so this is triggering deep inside of their soul a kind of feeling like, wow, this is actually kind of serious. We got to start mapping this stuff out. We got to see what's happening here for the long term, because they're definitely thinking long term here. They got some long-term big goals and ambitions. It doesn't mean they're even hardly defined yet or understood. This is very, very early on in the days of what's happening in this particular relationship. But it's good. It's very, very mutually supportive. It's very, very different. It's like we're dealing with two very, very different people here, but there's a tremendous love between the two people. And it's kind of remarkable, frankly. And they're not getting carried away with it. It's not going to their head like some kind of delusional, romantic, goofy, silly, nutty movie. It's very profound. It's very serious. It is the real deal. It's right at the very, very core. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the relationship dynamics itself for the moment. Okay? We don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. Well, with the Knight of Swords here, it feels like even though you might be, definitely in the mood or having to take some time out and self-healing, deep inside of you, remember this is your reading, Scorpio, for your love and relationship situation. This is not a couple's reading where there's the two of you sitting across the desk here at the offices of Tarot Lumination. No, it's your reading about a love relationship situation with a significant other. Okay? And in that context, with the Knight of Swords here, what I'm feeling for you is that deep down you are itching to get on with it and kind of get back into the front lines, so to speak. Even though right now you are, let's just say surrendering, and you're accepting that maybe this is a good calendar moment through September to chill out, relax a bit, take yourself away from the front lines. But deep down, it's like you want to get back into it again. You really kind of want to be out there. Maybe, this is kind of a crusader type of energy. Maybe you've got like some kind of master plan of what you're going to do with all this love, or maybe it's a team effort here. We don't know, but there's a tremendous amount of love here, Scorpio. And it's almost like the energy is like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get back out there and do something really important with this. It's just like itching. I just want to get out there and do that kind of energy. Okay, Scorpio? I don't see that as exploitation of the relationship. I see that more as you coming into an understanding that there's something very beautiful and profound here where you, Scorpio, can actually be a facilitator for this significant other to be who they really are, because they carry something extremely profound, extremely valuable inside of themselves that has very high value to the rest of the world. It probably needs to be communicated and spread and conducted in some way that they may not be able to do on their own. They might have to do it in the form of a partnership, however that partnership would be expressed, so that let's just say the healing power of love can be expressed through the context of a relationship. In other words, it might be, Scorpio, that you're in a situation with someone where you can actually live by example, live the truth by example, about what it's like to conduct oneself in a loving relationship where you accept each other as they are, and you give each other space and room to be who you are and do what you do in your own ways. And then it's almost like you, Scorpio, feel like you're turning it into a mission. Now, I hope you don't take it too far, because this is a little bit hyper. This Knight of Swords energy is a little bit hyper, and it could get carried away with itself. And so I'm hoping that you treat the relationship very respectfully, and don't treat it as something that needs to be exploited. Okay? So let's have a look. Where does that take us here? Okay. Well, there's a lot of swords. Okay? So my feeling here is that this is exactly the way it should be. With the Justice card here, justice is served. You're getting exactly what you deserve, Scorpio. And the relationship dynamics are unfolding exactly the way they should be, according to, like, let's just say, what would be the word? I guess you could say destiny, but I think it's more than that. The way it's ordained. In other words, deep down, because of all this like past life energy, from my perspective, Scorpio, it might be that you and a significant other over here, in some way or other, at the deep, deep level of profound spirit, so profound, it's hardly available for understanding or even awareness, but it is there on the understanding that you guys are supposed to be together here and now in this particular lifetime for this particular reason and purpose, and you're going to live through it kind of as a team and make something of it, and it's happening for a reason. In other words, I'm not going to say what the reason is. I have no idea, Scorpio, but somehow there must be a sense of mission and purpose here for you guys. And it's like, it's almost like, the way I'm feeling it, it's almost like you've been planning for this, or wishing for this, hoping for this, so that you finally have a chance in a particular lifetime where it actually works out so the two of you can come together in a way that this energy here, the Ace of Cups energy, can finally have a chance to be fully expressed and brought into the world. So to me, it feels like the relationship has a lot of meaning, has a lot of purpose here, okay? And it is justly so, because the world needs a lot of love and healing, and something or other is going on with you, Scorpio, in the area of love and relationship, where you might be in that lifetime right now, in that situation right now, where this is the opportunity, and it is justly so, okay? And then the question becomes, it's simply much more about, like, now all we have to do is live out the truth of this situation in a way that is fair and just and balanced. In other words, being very honorable to each other in this way, very, very, very respectful and understanding about how beautiful this is. And then instead of exploiting that for one's own gain, it's understanding that there is a reason and a mission and a journey and a purpose for this, with mysterious aspects still to unfold, that can actually be very inspiring for both of you wanting to continue and do this yourselves together. And Just see where it leads. I'm not going to say where this is going from here, but it looks like the relationship is exactly as it should be, because it can't be any other way. And this is the time right now. So I'm really happy for you, Scorpio. I'm going to put this little card up here on the side, you know, just to remind you of the weather, so to speak. Let's kind of do it like that. There we go. Now you can make the best of it. Sorry I talked so long. I got a bit carried away. And read for your sun, moon, and rising. Squish it all together and then reinterpret however you want. Okay? Thank you, Scorpio. Bye-bye. Have a super September. Make the best of it. Bye-bye.